Right, hello and welcome to the Gadgetz channel with me, Ian, otherwise known as Ben, and Project Zomboid live stream for a couple of hours on Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock GMT. So, this week I'm going to try and concentrate on base preparation and pointing out some reasons why you would choose a particular building over another. At least that's part of it. We're also going to be building up the defences of the base and, you know, laying out some plans. And we'll be out going out and raiding some stuff. So let's take a look at our old friend, map.projectzomboid.com, link in the description below. This is the entire map for Project Zomboid. These areas here were added about a month ago now. They haven't been fully fleshed out. But we did investigate in a previous video this like fort down here, which looks like it's going to be a very defendable position, and these areas up here, which are just unfinished towns, where you can see there's going to be houses and bits and pieces, but they're empty. There's nothing there at the moment. So we last week we started off in Moldra. Good morning, Super. Joining us on chat on Twitch by the looks of it. So if you are on chat, don't forget to say hello, drop a like on the stream, that sort of thing, and subscribe if you really want to, if you enjoy my content. So we started off in Moldra, we got a car, we drove up to Rosewood, we made our way into Rosewood, we raided a fair amount of that, and we came back to one of our old haunts, which is this place here on the outskirts of town. It's a really good place to actually build a base, and I'll go through that, mostly because there's not that many zombies that respawn in this area. Because it's not urban exactly, it's rural, so most of the zombies are urban focused in survivor mode, so you tend not to get many respawns out here, which is a good thing. So that's where we are, and so what I've done, and you'll see this in game, is I've actually taken out most of this fence to use to get the wood for, because what I'm planning on doing is, when we get in game, you will see that there's a sink here somewhere. And what we're going to do is we're going to build some water barrels above it, so because electricity and water are going to run out at some point in the next few days. I've already got a generator that was from last week that's currently sitting outside here, but I'm going to need water, and fresh water is a thing that is going to run out. The taps won't immediately run out, but when the water's gone, the water's gone. So let's join on the server and let's get it on. So I've carted a lot of the planks upstairs, and there's a load of nails upstairs. I believe there's a pipe wrench already there somewhere. Oh dear, really? Update required. I have updated. This is new, by the way. I haven't seen this before. Any others? Okay, of course, it's going back to the, let's see if Steam needs an update. All best things, because I got in on a rush. There we go, let's see. Oh yeah, that Project Zomboid. There we go, let's try that. See all the other games that I can play, or that I do play. I'm into my RTSs as well as my zombie apocalypse games, of which there are many. Hopefully, that's everything. Just a quick update. We do actually run quite a few mods on this, mostly for firearms and some quality of life stuff, but cars as well. So we were running firearms mods, but if you get onto the server, it'll ask you to download those sort of things anyway. Let's see if it will let me on this time. Now, failing that, we can always go through, go back to one of my apocalypse mode games. So how can Ian survive the apocalypse? Oh, really? Different from the servers. Okay, right, so let's do something else. Let me just open a window there, drag it over here, because I know what's about to happen. If I go here, go there, do this, do that. The server needs a reset, which is really infuriating. to sort that out. Pum 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 pum. Should only take a minute to restart the server. Yeah, there we go. Updating project Zomboid. Verifying installation. It's updating the mods. And after this, we should all be on the same versions. The problems of actually hosting your own server. Now, the problem with this is because I've reset the server, there's likely to be respawns in the base. And unfortunately, because we're running so many mods, and mods get updated on a regular basis, you have to update the mods, you have to update them on the server, you have to restart the server. Alright, so if I refresh that, that should say that it's not available. Yeah, there we go, look. It's loading assets. Come on. At least it's not as catastrophic as I thought it was going to be. Anyway, so concentrating on base building, what we're going to be doing is looking at the different ways that you can protect a home. And this applies to not just any rural area, but to anywhere that you are in town or whichever building you decide to haul up in, really. Okay, so with a bit of luck, so that means it's up and running. There we go. Let's try joining the server again. Honestly, I didn't think it would be a problem. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, there's updates. Haha! I see success in the future. Expect spawns. That's all I can say. Baseball bat out. Turn around. No. Okay, right. So as you can see, I've actually, from last week, I've removed all the SERP furniture. And you can see there's the generator I was talking about. And in this particular building, as you can see, the sink is here. So it's 1, 2, it's 3 off of the corner. So if we was to pick up an item, you see there's square 1, which is the one in the corner, 2, 3, and that's the sink. Okay, so we need to go upstairs. Now, this building is a bit unusual. Let's just check the rooms. Again, all the furniture's gone. Whoop. Any zombies? I'm not talking about these sinks either, though we can actually plumb those in too. Right, there's 2 ways you can go about this. Normally, as you can see, I've got all the wood here. We have to use this window. I'm going to try and use this window over here. That's probably not going to work. Let's pick up all the nails. And let's pick up... let's not grab all. Let's grab about 6 of them, because I will be grossly overloaded. Now, the problem with this is trying to actually get the first platform outside of a window, because we want it on the level above the sink. So the sink's on the first floor, so we're going to build a platform above the floor above. You can see it now says I'm overloaded because I'm picking up planks. I could put them in my backpack. So I'm going to try this window here first. Thankfully, it's been pre-busted open by a zombie. So what we need to do is, carpentry, we're going to build a wooden floor and we're going to build it there. And it's having none of it. Gee whiz, thanks for that, PZ. So, we'll try this window. And as you'll see in a minute, I can't do it there either. Doesn't like it. However, Let's open this one. Carpentry, wooden floor. It's absolutely fine with that one. It's like, why? Why not here? Right, so that means I can then hop out the window because there's now a platform out there, like that. And I can continue creating wooden floors along here. And because they only take a plank each, I can build 6 of them because I've got 6 of them in my pack. And of course, this also presents a bit of a danger because you can easily fall off of this, and if you have the broken leg thing setting on, you will fall off and hurt yourself, and that you want to avoid. Right, so let's pick up what we can in our backpack, and then we'll take some in our hands, because what we're going to do is we're going to build some water barrels, and they're going to be sitting above the sink. Now, to build the water barrels, you need a decent carpentry skill. I think level 4 is the minimum to build the square version, but I want to build the round versions. So I have actually worked on my carpentry skill. As you can see, I'm up to carpentry 8, and let's take what we can so we can build what we can. I'm going to build this out as much as I possibly can. And then downstairs what we're going to do is we're going to fortify the windows. How much is he picking up? 5. Oh, you can actually carry more than 6. Okay, fine. Now I'll have to be careful when I get out the window that I turn that direction and then come back this way. Usually you would end up building out like a double width. God, he's carrying quite a few. What a hero! This guy's amazing. 11 planks, 12 planks. Good God. But the problem with carrying so much is that it will in fact hurt him. Carpentry, wooden floors. Right, so what we're also going to do is going to build across these bits here, because if you don't, you will actually fall through the ceiling into the kitchen. You can see there's no gap there, but you walk on that bit. You don't step up onto the roof. Now the other point is you build the barrel here, it won't actually catch water either because the technique's under a roof. You need to build it out here on this side. And Bella's broken into the room as she usually does. Hey Bella, you alright? You gonna settle down there? Good girl. Right, okay, so all I'm gonna do is just gonna build this one out here. Because it's there where we want it. Because if you can see, it's like that's the corner, the sink is below that and behind the wall. So that's what we're going to do. As you can see, it's raining. I'm just going to build out the platform this way. I'm going to build it out here as well, because what I would really like to do is actually put some water in for the sinks that are here in the bathroom as well. They're just behind this wall here. But let's get this going. Right, okay, so one thing that I have managed to neglect, just going to build it out to there, because then we can hop out of this window as much as we like without much fear. I might build some in there as well. Okay, cool. Right, so we now have, and you can see I can walk all over this because I've actually built the platforms. But if I walk in here, because there is no platform here, I'm just going to fall in. I'm not going to demonstrate that because I know it will hurt me. So you have to be careful. Right, so I should have enough nails. Bottles. It's the last thing I read off of my list. I have picked up lots of garbage bags. Now, you don't need... You need about 7 for the really good barrel, I think. But what we can do is we can just dive out here. Right, so we need to build it in from the end 3. We could build it here, here, or here. As long as the barrel is above on the next level, but in the 8 squares around the sink, it will connect. and provide water. So what I'm going to do is going to build the rain collector barrel. Why? Oh, that's because if I run out of crates, what do I need? Furniture, rain collector barrel, and it's that one we want. I need planks. I've run out of planks. Yeah, I've only got 2 planks in my backpack, so let's pick up some more planks. Now, if it's as long as it's in my backpack, it won't cause me to be over encumbered. But they're going into my. It's because I'm carrying so much here. For some reason, I've got a pen. Let's put a pen in there. That's it. That'll do. Right. Okay. So we should have enough to do what we want to do. So carpentry, furniture, the big rain catcher barrel, that one, and it's off the corner. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Hopefully I can build another one. Can I not build another one? Because I probably don't have enough. I still don't have enough more planks in my backpack. Really? I only picked up 4? Good grief. Okay, fine. That might be because that's what only fits in my backpack anyway. That's what I've got room for in my backpack. I need 4, so I'm going to build 2. Carpentry, furniture, rain collector barrel, just there. Okay, so what's the point of all of this? These catch water, but at the moment we've got a sink downstairs that doesn't have a supply of water. Okay, well that's not entirely true because it does at the moment, but like I say, it's going to run out, and they're there purely for when it does. Now, what that means is at some point, I can connect it in. Now, if I dive out here, pretty sure you see all the fencing's gone. Guess what I built my platforms with? Thank you. Problem with having a dog invade. Yeah, there's a spawn. That was a shock. Wasn't expecting that. Even though I kind of thought that might, even though I'm saying, yeah, watch out for spawns, it's still a shock. There we go. Oh dear. So I do have, or I did have, somewhere around here. There's some nails. It's handy. I didn't put that there. That was already there. Now, I have seen in this shed or in the house the appropriate tool that I need. I know I've got it because I saw it. If not, I guess that's what we're looking for this week. And shut the door. Okay, it's not one of those, so it's got to be in one of these then. Okay, let's dive over here. Oh, seriously? I know I saw one. In this house, somewhere. Let's check the bathroom. I'm pretty sure I actually mentioned it, said, oh, that's handy, we've got one of those already, we don't need to look for it. There it is. That's what we're looking for, a pipe wrench, and I've not lost the plot. Right, so now we've got the pipe wrench. Hooray. What we can do is when the water finally runs out, is we right click on that and you go plumbing sink, and you can only do that if you have the pipe wrench. I don't want to do it yet because water hasn't actually run out, but I will actually put the pipe wrench under the sink so I know exactly where it is. There we go. Right, so the next bit is I want to barricade up these windows on the ground floor. So I'm going to go upstairs and grab as many of these planks as that I can. Let's loot them all. I probably can loot them all as well. Now I could scrap the bed if I wanted to for planks, but there's plenty of wood outside. Now the nice thing is because I've got the outdoorsman trait on my character, he's less prone to catching colds and things like that. So what my plan was with the sinks in the room next door was to do pretty much the same thing. It's about preparation, but I don't think I've got enough dustbin bags for that. I've only got 3. I think for the larger rain catcher barrels you need 5. But what the idea is now that I've got these ones over here, is to build a stairs. I've got to be careful that I don't fall in there, although I can't even get past that one, so I might have to build out around there. Is to actually build a set of stairs, then build across and do the same thing, build some rain catcher barrels above where those 2 sinks are, which are behind this wall, and then you've got a downstairs and an upstairs sink plumbed in. Right, let's get all of that. Let's start barricading. Right, okay, so let's start with the one over here by the TV, or by this bookcase. Right, so I've got a hammer and nails and I've got planks, so I just hit the barricade. Now you can add 4 planks to each window to barricade it up. Right, so that's now barricaded from the inside. To barricade it further, you can actually barricade it from the other side. You can barricade it from the outside. You can double barricade it. What does this do? This means zombies aren't able to get in as quick. They have to get through 2 sets of planks and a closed window. And then you do that for your entire house, all the way around the ground floor. So that's now fully barricaded. I'm going to barricade this one as well above the generator. Now I am missing the generator magazine, so I don't know how to use generators yet, so I don't think I can actually wire it into the house. And then do the same. Now you could do all of the outside and then do the inside. It's up to you how you go about it. But I've got 3 planks, so I'm going to do an outside window. Can always do the inside ones a bit later. I think by doing that, you'll see that there's only 3 planks on there. That's the thing. If you can see that that's there, then it gives you the opportunity to say, oh look, yeah, I've only got 3 on there. And you can visibly see that it's not fully barricaded from one side or the other. Now the other thing is if you've got metalwork and you've got the sheets to do it, you've got the propane torch and the welding mask, is you can barricade it up with metal from both sides. You don't just have to use wooden planks. So if you wanted to go down the non-carpentry route, that's also an option. Right, so, and that's the basics of building your base. If you're going to use an existing structure. Now, one thing that you could do, if you really wanted to zombie-proof it, is if you've got an upstairs area like this and you've got a water supply, so let's say that I've actually built the stairs on the outside and these 2 sinks are plumbed in and they have connected to water. You could also plumb in the bath if you really wanted to, I think, provided you've got the rain catcher barrels. I don't see why not. I wanted to do that. So where was I going with that? So yeah, what you could do if you've got a sledgehammer is you could actually get rid of the stairs, and then you could have just a sheet rope out one of the windows, or on a window that you've made somewhere else. It doesn't have to be one of those. You build a wall and you turn it into a windowed wall. You then use that windowed wall as your rope ladder, or so that you're a sheet rope, so that you can go up and down on that. And the zombies can't get to you on the second floor because zombies can't climb ladders, and they don't climb sheet ropes either. So you pretty much zombie-proof. Whether they're going to fix that or not, I don't know. It could be a thing in the future, but at the moment, it's definitely a thing. Right, so I've still got plenty of food from last week's shenanigans. And now that I've got my rain catcher barrels in place, I'm not particularly worried if this character bites the farm this week, because I've achieved what I want to achieve. Just adding planks to the barricaded windows is a very low level thing. So, oh look, it's for the ladies. Ladies love stairs. Oh yeah, okay. For the love of your life, give them stairs. Yes. So this is the TV's still on because it's still the first week, so it's still playing TV stations. So look, my carpentry's just gone up. It's like not going to reach level 9 anytime soon, not off of this channel. But this is the Life and Living channel. So the moment you get into the game, if you're next to a TV or you keep coming across TVs, tune them into the Life and Living channel, turn them on, and then when you're standing near them, you will gain passive skills, or you'll gain skills passively. So what you've just seen is my carpentry's gone up. It'll do carpentry, cooking, trapping and fishing, I believe. And you'll gain experience in those, and you'll at least gain a couple of the low levels from that. Right, so yes, and to answer the Super's question, Joe has not been on for the last 2 weeks because he's doing family stuff. And hopefully he'll be back with us shortly. But it's actually given me a great opportunity to show you this fortification and the plumbing aspect of it, so that you're prepared for when the water and the electricity goes off. Now, there's nothing to say that if you did take out the stairs that you couldn't put that on one of these external platforms that I've built, because it has to be exterior to the house, and still connect it. But can I still connect it to the house? No, I can't, because I need the magazine How to Use Generators, which I do not have. So I'm going to go on the hunt for that. I'm going to use my car. Well, I say car, it's a van. Which is in need of some attention because I've been using it to ram raid zombies. Well, at least run them over. Hopefully, it's not going to be too much of a problem for me. Right, so one of the other things I'm actually going to do today is I'm actually going to clear these cars out of the way as well, because they are annoying me quite a bit. Now, I've been playing DayZ a fair bit this week as well. And that's been going well. And we've been talking with the guys from Fraglander, some of the things that DayZ's really missing. And it does really suffer from a... Oh my god, where did they all come from? Hello. Meet your doom. Your actual doom. Right. So, combat. Backing off in this way does help a lot when you're fighting multitudes of zombies. Especially if you're low level on your fighting skills. Later on, when you can just kind of one hit them most of the time. Now, I'm using a machete here, which I found last week, mostly because my other gear broke. My baseball bat broke on me, and the machete does the most damage. So does the katana, and so do a few other weapons. But oh, Bella, you're right. Good grief. What's up? Did the zombie frighten you? Oh dear, good go. Frightened like the Jesus out of me as well. You need to go out now, don't you? Oh dear, Bella. There you go, monkey. Good grief. Oh, the joys of owning pets. All of a sudden, it's like, I think probably someone's just arrived outside. We are expecting deliveries today. The Bella, yeah, it could very well be the end of me. The dog trying to break in and out of the room. Or just basically ruining my green screen. So anyway, yes, the machete and the katana do the most damage. They are rarish weapons. Depending on how you've set up the server, of course. All my settings are vanilla for loot. So they are what the survivor mode says it is. Oh, hello. Oh, I was going to say, pushed him. Why is his... And again, weapons. The difference between weapons is if you use a sharp weapon like a machete or a katana as opposed to a blunt weapon like a pipe or a baseball bat, it will actually damage the clothes the zombies are wearing, so it will mean that you're less likely to be able to turn them into rags and things like that you can use as bandages. Right, so back to the original chore, rather than the horde of zombies. I might have to back that up a bit because what I want to do is tow this car out of the way. And back to the DayZ question that I was sort of like just putting forward. We were talking about it, and we are actually looking for another game like DayZ to play, and that's only because DayZ doesn't have a lot of the kind of construction things that you'd like. So in a modern day sort of game, you'd like to be able to build solar panels and things like that. DayZ doesn't do that, which is a shame. I'm sure there's mods you can do it, but oh look, more company. Oi, you, over here. Stop trying to hassle me whilst I'm working. Yeah, there are some good games coming out, but I still do love DayZ. Oh, whoops. Honestly, Gov, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, they got up anyway. Come here. I'm fond of turning my lights on and off when I'm trying to get in and out of a van because that's the default key for DayZ. The F key, which actually just turns the light on in this game. It's the problem with swapping between games that I enjoy is I keep forgetting what controls I'm pressing. Let's get this one out the way. I know there's another car down here. So this is all the sort of like making your own quality of life stuff happen. So I can just drive in and out of the driveway here. Oh, seriously? There's a lot of these guys around. Oh, look. Right, my long bladed has gone up. This is good. Now, as you can see, I'm just outpacing them, slowly gaining distance on them. So, as I'm not overloaded, I'm not going to run out of stamina, or I'm going to be overexerted. I'm going to be able to fight them a lot better. I'm going to drag them over here a bit. And because my lung blunt has gone up, that means I'm going to be able to kill them a bit easier as well. Now you'll see that I use that backing off technique a lot when I'm fighting hordes of zombies. If you're fighting just one, it's not a problem. One or two, you can deal with that. Oh look, one hit kill. Fantastic, that's what you're after. Oh, for God's sakes. Right. Now, if you are fighting off multiple zombies, what you can do, oh my maintenance just come up, is you can actually stand on the chest of a single zombie. And they can't get up. They can't bite you, they can't get up, but you can still attack them. There we go, job done. So what you can do is if you're facing down one or two zombies, you can push them over or knock them over, and then tackle the other one that's you're facing down. So Right, finally, let's unhitch this vehicle and carry on with our day. Yeah. So I've built some crates, and that's only to house the myriad of books that I picked up last week. Now I do almost have a full set of books. Yeah. They all want they want something. I'm sure they want to pick my brains. Ha 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 ha. Boom ching. Right, so this week, as I usually do, it's like, oh god, I'm being attacked by the green screen because Bella actually brought it closer to me than I thought. Is it that way? Is it that way? There we go, yeah. What I didn't realise was I'm actually propping this green screen up at the moment. Oh, what has she done? The dog's broken it. It comes. Oh, that'll have to do. I'll have to stay like that. So I am drinking Red Bull this week. And so there it is. There's my Red Bull. Red Bull. And I do have some chipsticks this week as well. Where are they? I'm just going to walk away. I am slowly being attacked on my green screen. So there it is. Chipsticks, salt and vinegar. One of my favourite flavours. I daren't move. The only thing that's holding up my green screen is my chair. Bella's broken me green screen. I don't know what she's done. I'll have to have a look at it when I'm finished. It's a dead move. I think what she's done is sort of folded the tripod down a little bit, which is why it's now falling over. It's top heavy. Oh, this car just doesn't quite have the stamina or the guts. Not quite. That's as far as it's going. It's still better, I suppose. Right, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can grab some... I don't quite know what happened to Bella, as whether she got frightened, whether the green screen attacked her in some way or not. I'm not sure, but poor Bella. She did look panicked, it has to be said. Right, so here's an apocalypse I prepared earlier. Right, I'm just going to have a look around here for some food. Maybe the magazines are there. Oh, hello. Could always do with more bin bags. No. Right, so they're trying to get in through the back door, so I know there's some guys behind and there's one just there. It's always easier to fight out in the open than it is in a building, because at least in a building you're kind of restricted on where you can go, whereas if you're outside you stand a better chance of being able to get out of the way and manoeuvre. It does. The server reset. Even though I have actually turned respawns down as much as I can, you still get them. It's a thing. Oh, they're on the other side of that door, isn't they? Which is just around here. It's in the back room. Oh, hello. Or maybe not. Now there is a flat upstairs. Right, it's just the one, that's good. can open that from the outside now. Tyre pump, gas can. Gas cans all around. Chips, water bottles. Varying goodies, which I'm quite happy to leave here. Oh, cigarettes. I saw cigarettes. Cigarettes are useful, which is why I'm picking them up. Oh. All I can see is the green screen doing this, wobbling above me. It's like it's going to go any minute. It really is. Ah, oh, dear. What's the dog done to it? Poor Bella. Okay, so this is the upstairs flat. Let's check for Z's. Make sure that we're alone. I can't hear anything. Ah, back to nature with Dean. Back to some exposure survival. Right, I think I'm reasonably safe for it. I'm actually going to try and fix my green screen. Just a second. What has my dog done? Oh. Ah, okay. That's why something was leaning against it from behind. Ha ha! Let's just close that off. Because my study also doubles as a laundrette. There we go. I'm no longer under the threat of green screen. Right, so this one is back to nature, and as you can see, the trapping's going up. So even though I've done no trapping, I've read no books, nothing like that, I've already got a level 1 in trapping from just being near the TV. Shows are at around 6, 12 and 6, and 12 again, I believe. So they've changed slightly though. Fill the water bottle. There we go. Just keep filling your water bottle up when you can. When the water runs out. Whoop. So what can go wrong with a live stream today? I think I got bitten as well whilst I was trying to deal with it before, and the zombie didn't actually hurt me, so it obviously took a chunk out of my clothes. I may be replacing my vehicle soon, I think, with something that's got a bit more guts in it. Generator magazine. That's going to be an interesting one to find. Now, I did clear Book Naked out the other week. That's got some broken glass on it, so I'm not going to go there. So I might also go and sort of like head down to, because I haven't been down to the police station yet. And I haven't been down to the fire station, or at least I haven't been down that far. So what I could be doing is I'll just check out Book Naked, because items do respawn in the game as well as zombies. Okay, I was expecting her, that zombie to come my direction. I was going to say her. I don't think it's a her. Or it is. And that's a him. Maybe I got them confused. Now, I specifically waited there before hitting so that I actually got the strike on both of them. A multi-hit isn't something that's always enabled. Depends on the server. And on my server, multi-hit is enabled. And you notice that if under normal circumstances you don't get that green outline on a zombie, if you go to the options and you go to aim outline and set it to any weapon, you will actually outline anything, including zombies. Because like, so if you're doing melee combat, it will then outline them like it does for me. You get that green outline. Like that. Useful in the dark, but usually it's for ranged weapons only. Obviously it's personal, so it's not a server setting, you can set it yourself. It just makes your life easier. Right, so back to the original chore, and my voice is beginning to dry up. That same guy was there last week. He still hasn't broken through that door. What a useless article he is. Right, now, book naked. Looks like it's respawned. This is interesting because I emptied this entire bookshop last week. Now, since I've actually been playing this week as well to see whether I can get the bits and pieces together so that I could actually show everybody, some base building. Don't think I got the farming magazine. I got most of the books. I'll have to take a bit of an inventory. But this must mean that the school has also respawned its books as well. So I might actually go down there. Didn't find the magazine I was looking for, though. However, if they've respawned... just take a quick joggette over here to the shopping mall. Or this grocery shop. As you can see... oh, they're just going stale. So they've been there for a while. So this is the thing about getting things to respawn. These are all still fresh, look. And again, I cleaned them out. So I'm going to snag a load of these and put them in my fridge. Or I could use the fridges here for the time being. Like these ones over here. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to loot all of that. Loot all of that. Because the other thing is I could steal all of the ice cream. Ice cream is the best thing for putting your weight on if you're trying to do that in game. Fresh apples. Fresh fruit. This is always good. Now I will come back for these. Just going to put them in here. Or there are actually refrigerators here. So these ones. Chill cabinets as opposed to anything else. Sugar cookies to apples, all of that in there. I don't want to put the nails in there, that's just weird. Oh, hello. We have an unfriendly. Right, so I don't think I managed to say why I picked up the cigarettes. The cigarettes are used as pesticides for when you do farming. It kills flies, I believe, or it's the mildew cure. Those are the two ailments that farmers get. And the farm is actually going to get an overhaul at some point. Carrots are really useful because you can use them in traps for rabbits, of course. Because, rabbits can't resist carrots. We all know that. It's a thing. It's their Achilles heel. But failing that, cabbages, lettuce and that sort of thing. Right, so we've got a stale cherry. So we'll put the stale cherry on the floor, the strawberries on the floor, because they're rotten. I just didn't pick them up before. That one. Stale tomato, fresh zucchinis. I'll have to be careful what I'm putting in the fridge then. Fresh, those are the magic words we want. Fresh, stale, stale. On the floor, fresh, and then in the fridge. Now, I'm not worried about cans and things like that because they will just keep. It's the fresh stuff that I'm interested in. Now, that's a stale, that's a stale. They can go on the floor. Stale peaches, stale corn, and the rest is fresh. This is good. And they go in the fridge. There we go, like that. Alright, so this will keep that food for longer. And then I can get it, when I come back this way, I'll just snag it all and then take it to my fridge and freezers at home. Meanwhile, I can eat some candied slices. There we go. Chocolate. Chocolate's really good for trapping, so I'm going to snag the chocolate. Again, chocolate's used for catching mice and rats in traps. You know, the usual mouse traps, that sort of thing. That's fine because you can butcher them into usable meat. Not that you'd probably want to. But, or you could just eat the chocolate yourself, you know. See, there is a ton of food here that hasn't been taken yet. So, I'm not particularly worried about that. So, what have we got over here? Ah, I'm just going to eat the fresh apple. There we go. I'm going to eat all of this. Because, you know, that way hunger's not a thing. But in an amount of time, all of this fresh food, if you empty the things and put them on the floor, you come back, well, I think it's a week, generally. Come back at little respawns and you can then loot it all again, and that's how you continue to survive in a game. Still, that was worth looking into. Hello. We've got some people over there in the, whatever you call it, that thing. That place over there. The patisserie, I guess. It's Baker's, isn't it? Right. Okay. Oh, God. Spawns. Right, waiting for the double hit there. Sometimes it's just worth delaying that hit just a second. You can see my broken baseball bat just there. It's like, oh crap, my baseball bat's broken. Drop it. Get the new one out. Right, so far, let's check it out. You know it's a bad idea, but let's do it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we get, because the electricity's still on because all the lights are still on and it's night time. See, all the street lights are working. Sorry, mate, your wedding day was a disaster. It was a day on your wedding day there was a disaster. Who knows? I'm actually getting quite a distance away from the car. I want to try and clear these guys out. Let's just dive over here. There's a lady in a nice cowboy hat. Hey, hello. Sorry to just barge past you, but now I'm going to have to use this on you. Missed. Both my legs. I'm actually going to take a quick look around the back of this, because usually there's some nice vehicles around the back here. It's not always the case, but then all of a sudden it's like, because it's such a sort of like a long car park, it's easily overlooked. Plus it means I can get back to my car and drive a bit further down. As I said, I'm looking for a slightly newer vehicle. Slightly less damaged, certainly. Because one of the things that is most notable about me is that I don't drive particularly carefully in this game. It's not one of my fortes. No, this looks promising. And so does that. So I think at the very least, if I can get into it, which I can't. I don't really want to get in it by smashing the window, if I can help it. But no really big vehicles. Okay, that's slightly disappointing. But okay, it is what it is. Okay, let's check out this narrow corridor here. Alright, so we're reasonably safe because the book naked has been cleared out. I bet that guy's still behind. He is. He's still. That's not a surprise. We knew he was there. Eventually he will come out. He'll make his way out. It's a bust at the seams, rather bust of rhymes. Because there are flats above there that you can loot, and that's where that leads. And I've got in the wrong side because I'm English. Ah, hello! Atik. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for getting on the chat and saying hello. I'm actually going to avoid these two. I want to check out the police station's car park. And these are the law courts. There aren't too many Z's around, which is good. Oh, look. It's one of Joe's favourites. I might have to take that just for him. Again, getting that double hit in. Let's check this out. It doesn't look in great condition. Yeah, that looks fairly battered. That's a shame. I like getting presents from my friend Joe. Okay, so long blade's gone up again. This is good. Again, this means I'm more effective with long-bladed weapons. Oh, this car park looks amazingly empty of cars. Oh, and there is one, thank God. Maybe I can find the key for it. He's got a shotgun. She's got nothing. I've just taken her glasses off. Now, because my long bladed has gone up, I'm doing more damage. Now, because there's kind of a negative effect on me at the moment because I've got the panic moodlet and that reduces your ability to damage the zombies. Other moodlets will affect that as well. Oh, really? Right, let's check these bods. Shotguns. Screwdrivers. But no key. Right, okay. Not what I was hoping for. That's locked, so I'm going to have to go in the other way. Still looking for a welder's mask. Oh, look, we're near the fire department. The police and the fire department are literally across the road from here in Rosewood. Too far. Right, so Atik, if you've got any questions, don't forget to ask. I always do my best to try and talk through what I'm doing and why I'm doing it during the game. Right, I just want to get in here. Right. Just the one, huh? Sometimes it's just worth checking the desks out and avoiding those ones just there. Run around that one, open the door. Because I don't particularly want to fight that many in a tight room like that. Because that would be a very bad idea. It's another one of those then ending moments. Phew, escaped. It's the one time where I think running is your best option. Because you can actually sort of like barge past zombies, but they can also grab hold of you and drag you down. So it's sort of like a risk-reward type situation. The risk is you get caught, the reward is you escape. Being hassled by the fire department. They actually have decent footwear if you start off with you know, shoes and things like that. Military boots are the best things to be wearing, obviously. They provide the best protection from being bitten on the ankles. That's not a surprise. You saw it coming. Come on. Now both of these are highlighted, so what that means is I'm going to hit them both. Oh, she's got lighter, I love that, thank you. Lighters are always worth picking up, matches and things like that, so you can start fires, keep yourself warm. That kind of thing. Oh, hello, there's more coming. There's an old version of Sporty Spice by the looks of it, and especially in that get-up. There's like soccer gear. Yeah, sportswear, look. Right, I'm trying not to go in too hard, too fast, because I know there's a lot of zombies in there. Having ran past them all. Taking on the odd one here and there. Right, let's do something there. Let's just do that, see what we can pull out. It might be trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat. Or it might be a case of pulling a multitude of rabbits out of a hat. Come on, you know you want to. Just quickly checking behind myself. Right, so they were really going for that, weren't they? Let's see if I can... Alright, well, I'm going to do something semi-sensible here. Let's close that door. So they're less likely to come in from that way. Now, I've got to watch these windows here. Except I need to watch those windows as well. So there's like 3 or 4 of them pouring out the windows. Here we go. The zombie's not particularly bright. There's clearly an open doorway and they're deciding to have a go at the window. It's a thing. And they're still having to go at the window. Oh, dog's going mad downstairs. Deliveroo's turned up. Probably Amazon or someone like that. Hello. Thankfully, I'm not the only adult in the house. Right, now closing that door was a good idea. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. They'll finally break out of there, of course. But what I'm actually angling my way round towards, of course, is the safe store around this corridor and out the back, so I can get in with the key that I've just recovered, hopefully. Alright, let's have a look. How many are behind that door? A lot. I'm not opening that for love the money. They can open that the hard way. If they wish to die. Whew. I'm going to go and get my... I'm actually going to check that Mercedes out as well. I know it's in bad condition. But I am of the not caring I could always. I didn't check this van out either, did I? Or this car. Okay, I'm in. Unlock the boot. Right, now, hot wiring. In order to hotwire vehicles and escape the zombies, okay, you need two things. You either start off like I did with the burglar trait, which immediately gives you the ability to hotwire vehicles, which I think is a very useful thing just to start off your game. Zombies needed things in their duffel bags. Or you need electrical and mechanical skills. Level 1 and 2 in electrical and 2 in mechanical, or it might be the other way around. But you will get the option to hotwire a car here, or when you press V, it will be one of the options to do that. Right, let's see if this car will actually start. Now, one of the things that I've often complained about in this game is that when you come across a car, how many cars actually have absolutely no petrol in them whatsoever? That's going to be zero. Just about every car on every street, everywhere, will have petrol in it. Yet, in a game like Project Zomboid, the cars you come across will have nothing in them. So here's the hotwire engine. So I think that's actually not a thing. It shouldn't be a thing. Okay, that failed miserably. I think you should also be able to build solar panels. A lot of these survival games have, although to be fair, Project Zomboid probably has a mod somewhere for solar panels and battery backup storage and all of that sort of thing. But it seems to have been a neglect in so many survival games. Let's check that out, and again, it'll be a car that has absolutely no petrol in it. Because it's got power. Yes, it's got no gas. Why would you have a car in a car park that has absolutely no gas in it whatsoever? Okay, maybe it's been siphoned out by other survivors, but, you know. Let's open the trunk. This does look in shoddy condition. I'm going to hazard a guess that's probably not worth taking. And again, it's probably going to have absolutely no petrol in it. It's got power, because it turned over. Where's the petrol tank? There's the petrol tank. A petrol tank with nothing in it. They did look in shoddy condition anyway, so let's just move the van up a bit. Right, so waiting for the car door to slam this time, as we had an incident last week where I got into the van, pulled off because the door hadn't shut. Although the door shuts in the game, it's still not properly shut. The zombies can actually get in and bite you. This was pointed out. Joe's talked about this before, but it was pointed out to me again because I tend to forget by Andrew, and thanks to him. So I'm going to demonstrate the difference. So when you get in, you get like a second slam. If you hear that, you hear the door slamming. Now if I do that and then move off, you don't get the second slam. The door's still open. So the zombies can attack you. So you have to be careful when you get in and out of cars that you get that second slam, the door is shut. You also have to make sure that the window is wound up as well. Otherwise the zombies will just have you. So pro tips all round today. Oh, they did finally break through that door. Okay, so we're not exactly alone yet. Let's just check around this corner. There's a zombie in this thing over here. Alright, so nightstick, that's a decent weapon. We'll have some of that, thank you very much. There's a key to somewhere. probably this looks like just a normal person, so... Trying to pick up sort of tack walkie-talkie. Good for electronic scrap. Oh! It's the 4-colour Bic pen. We will have that, thank you very much. And we will get rid of the other 2 ones that we've got there. Don't need them anymore because we've got that. Comb in a newspaper. Double holster, already got one. Tack walkie-talkie again. Might as well snag that. Not everything is useful, of course. Let's check out the fridge. Fridge is empty. Refrigerator is empty. There's a water fountain there that we can fill up with. Coffee machine. I don't think you can actually use the coffee machines, which is a shame. Right, let's see what kind of disaster we're facing down here. Now, do I have a key? No, I do. That key worked. Right, so now we have access to the gun stores. So I'm going to pick up the shells. I'm not going to pick up the shotguns. I think... right, okay, so it might be worth that. Oh, I might take that though. This is always something I can come back for anyway, but for the time being I'm just going to snag a few bits. And probably what I will do is what we usually do. It's the same thing with any other loot like the food. I'm just going to dump it on the floor. Again, this is one of those ones where it's a case of it will respawn. It will, you know, loot will respawn in these containers. Other than that, I'm not particularly worried about the contents of it. Because at a later date, I'll come back and there'll be more ammunition. I'm particularly looking for a tactical shotgun anyway. As it is, I'm quite happy with melee weapons. So the Axeman Ven. Speaking of axes, I think it's about time we headed towards, not him, but the fire station. Now it looks like there was a decent fire truck just over there just a minute ago. And I'm still missing the generator magazine, so we might go and check out some of the houses around the back. Now the fire station does actually make a decent base. Oh yeah, look. I might tow that back, regardless of its condition. It does look in good condition though. Okay, so this is rare. Let's go with that to start off with. There's not that many zombies here. Just gonna back up. So it's Ven making a complete mess of it, because then I can just unload that. Right, so now we're getting the zombies coming because they had the van. There's a lady who was out on the town, obviously. Oh God! When I said a few zombies, let's just skirt around. Where did they all come from? They weren't here a second ago. Oi! I'm feeling slightly set upon at this point. So I'm just going to walk away because they can't catch me. Alright, so let's take a few of these guys out. Let's take out these two. Okay, so I'm in a bit of a problem. I've got a lot of zombies behind me. Now I can easily outwalk them. That's not a problem. I could walk around the block, but I stand a chance of picking up other stragglers like this guy here. My character's in a panic. I'm, you know, peckish. All of that's going to affect my combat ability. But because I know the area, and that I have absolutely no crisps and food. What I can do is what's known as kiting. So let's do that. Oh, they disappeared, look. Did you see that? They just literally vanished. That's interesting. I didn't know that that was a thing. I've not seen that happen before, but that makes my life a lot easier. Because now I'm facing 5 zombies instead of God knows how many I was facing. Which is quite a few. So what my plan was to hop over this wooden fence here and then hop over the metal fence, and then I'm almost back where I wanted to be. Before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the can of corned beef. Yeah, you see, we don't. You see, the other thing is we generally don't collect microwaves and coffee machines and things like that because we don't use them. But that's quite interesting, actually. Now that you say that, Super's on chat on Twitch. I'm just going to drop the empty can there, but not the hammer because I need the hammer. Hammer, cigarettes, chocolate. That can all go in the back there, along with the nails. I'm not in any danger at the minute, so... Now, if I had a spear, I could attack these guys through the fence, because it's a chain link fence. You can put the spear through the fence. But as you say, Super, spoke too soon. There's nobody here. Then all of a sudden I'm being set upon by 20 odd zombies. And then they just glitched out, or they were reset, is what I suspect is why. It's because they moved into a different cell, because it's all, the game's all split up into cells and things like that. And the laws say that there can only be so many in a cell or whatever, and because I've probably offed a load of them and their bodies are still there, that they glitched out or they were removed, because it's a thing. Oh, one hit. It's the joys of having weapon experience. Looks like there's a lot of activity around here. You can see the windows have been smashed. Now, I haven't really been here, but you can see that the zombies have been in, so I'm going to take this carefully and slowly. The first one I'm going to do is I'm going to check out this van. I'm going to check out this fire truck. We love a good fire truck, we do. Which I can't get into, which is reasonably typical. Let's just have a quick wander round the truck. Make sure the key just isn't lying around, because sometimes that's a thing. Now, it could be in the fire station as well. That's the other possibility. That has happened before. I can hear noises. I can hear rumblings. Right, so there's a couple in here. When I say a couple, I mean 4. Looks like one of the Metallica band members is there. James Hetfield's banging on the door, trying to get out. I think he just came in through the window. Right, so sledgehammers, WD-40, hand fork, pipes, welding, garden saw. There's quite a few tools here. But we all know what I'm here for. chain, light bulbs, box with screws, nails, that kind of thing. We're here for one thing and one thing only, and it's not a gas mask. It's for my old favourite weapon, of course, the axe. One of my favourites. Let's go for another axe. There we go. I love a good axe. Only 2? That's a bit pathetic. Engine parts, that could be useful. Mufflers, that sort of thing. That's over here. We need the dustbin bag. So we'll take the garbage bag. And we'll also take the nails. And the duct tape. Duct tape's useful. Funnily enough, duct tape's useful in most survival games for a lot of things. In DayZ, it's used for patching up tents and clothing and things like that. In this game, it's all sorts, really. Suture needle. So you need a suture needle for... What do you need a suture needle there for? For patching yourself up. We'll take all of that as well. Disinfectant. So if you're in a position where you need to patch up a deep laceration, you will need a suture needle. You'll also need thread, which you can get from just ripping clothes up. Antibiotics, yeah, we'll have those, thank you very much. Alcohol wipes and adhesive. Antidepressants, more bandages, yeah, we'll have all of that as well, thank you very much. Right, anything out here? Apart from yet another zombie climbing in through the window, I think. Right, so let's offload because I'm overloaded now. You can see this moodlet's come up. It's a really bad one. It says I'm heavily loaded, but it actually looks like a brain on a brainstem. It is actually a guy holding up a backpack. Worst icon ever in this game. I'll put the X in there because I've got 1. The slugs, the tacks, the bandages. I'm going to keep the bandages on me. All of that can go in the back of the van though. At some point I will be putting together a trauma bag and putting it in my car because it's just a thing. Because I have had lacerations and deep lacerations for doing... I'm just being stupid, really. Getting caught out doing stupid things. Suture needle, tweezers, the chocolate, the cigarettes, the lighter, the matches, the box of Manhattan needle, the screws, the nails, the duct tape, all of that can go in there. Put the gun in there as well. So the gun, are you still putting other stuff in there? Right, okay. Fine. Because at the moment I'm still having to rely on ripped sheets for bandages, and I've only got 3 bandages there, so... Right. Whilst it's still relatively quiet around here, I'm going to check out these lockers and over here as well in this room. Not expecting to find too much. All of that can be turned into... stuff. This is the laundrette. So bleach bottles. The bleach bottles are actually quite useful because you can actually, you know, get rid of the contents and use that as the water bottle in your main inventory. So let's just do that. So what we do is we're going to pour on the ground. So all the bleach is on there. It's an empty bottle now. So what I can do is I can then fill this up, empty bottle, and we'll compare the difference. So this has 1.6, and this one, if we fill that up as well, I don't really know what the difference is. So 1.8, so it's almost double the amount of water in the bleach bottle, which is really useful because obviously you're not having to fill it up so much. You're carrying more water around with you, so you're less likely to suffer from dehydration. Right, let's see what misery we're facing upstairs. See if the key's up here as well for the car outside. I don't particularly want to smash the window if I can help it. Okay. Toilets are safe. This room is clear. That one isn't though. I'd like to point out you don't look much like a fire person wearing that kind of clothing. Check out the lockers. If you needed new clothes, it's always a good place to get some new clothes. Or some rags, boots and that kind of thing. It's the shower's not interested in that. Let's just quickly dive through here. I think they've got a TV here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. It's 12 o'clock. Let's go device options, life and living, turn on, tune in. And hopefully, today we're building a bookcase. So this is woodcraft again. Right, so here goes the new chipsticks. I've been concentrating on the game so much, I forgot that my favourite chippy sticks are here. Look at that. Oh, they're nice. Oh yeah. Salt and vinegar goodness. So even though I'm quite high level in carpentry, I am still getting carpentry skills in this, which is important. Especially if you want to get like your carpentry up quite quickly, quite early, making sure that you hear these TV programs is very important. You catch them during that first week, because after the first week, the electricity goes off, you won't hear them anymore. But that doesn't mean TVs aren't useful anymore, because at some point videotapes were introduced, and you can play on certain TVs. So if we check the device options for this one, I know the one at you can see that it's got the drag a VH tape here or right click to remove it, and then you can play a VH tape. And if you've got the ones for survival or other like woodcraft and other ones that you find in shops or laying around in people's homes, you can then play them in your TV, and again you'll get the experience from doing that, or you'll get the multiplier for it. Okay, I'm actually going to snag some of this because I'm a bit short on food. I'm surprised there's nothing in there. All right, okay, so there's some frozen. Might grab that. Ah, look. Now this is what I was thinking of. This is the dash builder key for the car outside. Now I didn't, like I said, I didn't particularly want to smash the window, but I will take I'll just take the lot there. So I've actually got the key now. And put it on my key ring for the car that's sitting out the front. So it was worth coming in here just to check it out. What's under the sink? Pepper. Pepper's always useful. Salt and pepper if you find those sort of things. They make really good additions to meals. So when you're actually cooking, do I really want to take it? Do I really want to take it? Do I? Do I want to take the coffee machine? Can you take the coffee machine? I suppose. It's yeah. I want to take the coffee machine. How do I take the coffee machine? I don't suppose it matters. We'll figure it out another day. Anyway, let's check the bookcase out that's in here. See if they've got anything. They've got honey, instant popcorn, and a sugar packet in the bookcase. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but you know. Yeah, there is a secondary table in here. Okay, all right. I'll see if I can do it, because I'm not sure you can just pick it straight up like that. I think if I do this... Oh yeah, pick up Coffee Express. There, I've got it! I've got a coffee machine. The Coffee Express. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because Joe does like his coffee. Oh, I've grabbed the... God, why do they keep getting... Oh, well, the door is open this time, let's be fair here. And the windows are smashed, which is always bad. Right, so banging on the outside door. Just the one. This time it's James Hetfield in a cowboy hat. Right, I think that's as much raiding there as I want to do. But obviously I want to get in this car over here, see if I can get it started. If I can't start it because for some reason it's out of petrol. Right, now I could also, apart from having the keys... Oh! It's a goer! Now that I'm in, I don't actually need the key because I can now hotwire it. So that's fine. Let's check it out for condition. Oh, that is in very good condition. We'll be certainly having that, sir. I might come back for that on foot, but as now it's open, so I don't think I need anything from there. Right, so actually I'll leave the key in it. That's fine. Because I've still got the key, haven't I? So just put the key in the ignition there, then we can come back. Well, that was a thought. I could pull the van with the truck, or the truck with the van, or vice versa. I'm not particularly worried about this van because I've used it as a battering ram so much. So what I'm hoping to do is go down here, and I missed the turning, is I'm still looking for the magazine, how to use generators. Otherwise I can't... Oh, hello. Running away, running away. Just getting some distance. That was slightly unexpected. Ho 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 ho! Like that, is it? And that's why standing your ground isn't always the best idea. Okay, right, let's just get round this zombie here. Yeah, the game does want you dead. That's the point of the game. That's why it starts by saying this is how you die. It's like any survival game. The point of a survival game is it's trying to kill you. In cruel and unusual ways. It's like this week, I actually died in DayZ because I was holding too much freshly cooked meat in my backpack and my character overheated and died. And I didn't know that that was a thing. But now I know that it is. I shan't do it again. Okay, I just saw that one coming out of the trees just there. It's like, where are you? Come on, Captain Gangly. Right, let's check out these houses. And the garages. Now, I've still got those propane tanks that I found to pick up. Okay. Okay, let's just have a quick dive in here, see what we can find. Duct tape, safety glasses, metal sheets, roof lights. That's new. Right, I need to get in here. Though I did pick up some food, didn't I? I could probably just open some corned beef or something. I'm not going to worry at the moment. I'm only peckish. Okay, right. That makes sense. Because you know, they're not part of the vanilla game. They're part of the one of the mods that we're running. I'm glad you know that, Super. Oh, okay. They're still coming from over there. Hello. And for about the house. That wasn't a survivor house, but there's quite a few people in there. Now, a survivor house is usually got boards up on the windows and things like that. And they're actually a good source of loot if you can get into them, but... good cooking. I'll snag it, I'm not entirely sure. And oh, that's unusual. Usually there's somebody in the bathroom waiting to kill me. Again, how is that a surprise? I knew they were there. Leather jackets are always useful, I guess. Food, any... Oh, canned tuna and mushroom soup. Yeah, we'll have that. In fact, we'll just open the canned tuna and eat it. Lards. Another one that's really useful for cooking. I know if I don't take it, I'll get told off by Joe. It's a thing. And an axe. And a crafted spear. So maybe this was a survivor's home after all. That's very interesting. They don't have the thing that I'm after, though. Which is disappointing. Yes, it is. Because I generally like to play vanilla, but... let's put all of that in the back. Along with some of the odds and sods that I've picked up here. The express machine, the coffee machine, magazines, all of that can go in the back of the van as well. Right. Like I say, I'll probably go back for the fire truck. As an end of stream thing, which is coming to a close. I didn't realise what the time was. It's almost 3 o'clock. We're almost at the end of the stream time, so I need to get a shuffle on if I'm going to find this magazine. Still haven't found a welder's mask though. Actually, let's just move the car up. There's David. Hello, David. David the gnome. Bless him. Now, do I really want to go in through that window while she's standing there? Probably it's the worst idea ever. So let's see if we can get in through this window instead. That's more like it, because then that gives us some distance on her. Because obviously the first thing she's going to do the moment she realises he's on there is turn around and try and bite me. There's another lady that was dressed up with time to go. Trapping. We've got a lot of trapping books. Let's get out of here because I can see zombies coming. Ah, fresh pineapple. Don't mind if I do. More canned tuna and corned beef. Now, something that I always tend to mention that I haven't mentioned this time around is that it's worthwhile having that canned tuna and canned sardines and canned corned beef. They're in square cans. So if you take a look here, you've got corned beef and the canned tuna, and then there's the sardines as well. The cans are square, so they're the ring pull type, and you don't need a can opener for those. But these round ones, like the potato, the pineapple, mushrooms, you do, which is why I always carry one in my inventory. It's in one of my fanny packs like that. Right, let's check out the garage, and then there's also houses over the road. Now, I think you're more likely to find the particular magazine that I'm after in a shed. You might find it in the bookcase in somebody's home. Okay, no windows. Now, I could bash it open. As you can see, someone's inside trying to break out anyway, so I'm going to leave that one for later. Let the zombie do the work for me. Okay, there's a car there. Now, I don't think any of these houses are going to be of any... Ah, right. It's also, I guess, kind of worth checking out mailboxes and things like that. Let's check out this one. Looks like someone's already been in here. I guess that would be you two. Sorry, madam, you can't have my autograph. Ah, there he is. There's the culprit. Oi, you! Stop breaking into people's sheds. Right, let's have a quick look. Let's remove the broken glass. Oh, they've got in through the one on the other side there. That's open. Propane tank. And a plank. And nothing else. Right, okay, fine. I'm doing a whistle-stop stop tour here. Oh. Stop running away. And she didn't break out of that window either. It's interesting. Okay. Expect the unexpected. Like a burglar alarm. Because the electricity, even though the electricity goes off, the burglar alarms still work. It's another one of those magic things in Project Zomboid. Hey, Bella! Ah, so exposure survival. Those one of the ones you want for the TVs. She's Come to break my green screen again. I think what she did is she leant against the whatever it was. I think it's another error. And that was leaning against my green screen, which is why it was falling over on her. That's what scared her. Poor Bella. Okay. There's a van. Is this where I found all those propane tanks, isn't it? Alright, okay, that's fine, because I'm not particularly bothered about picking those up at the minute. Let's just quickly check out the school, which is down here. Yeah, it's just one. There's a, I'd say it's a car. It doesn't look like a great car, to be fair. Okay, so literally everything has respawned down here. Look at that. What a disaster. Hopefully, I'm far enough away that I'm not making noise to attract all of everything everywhere. Fall down, you. Thank you. Right, any more? There's a few coming this way. Okay. Let's take these guys on. Stop ignoring me. I'm here. Oh, this could be bad. And by bad, I mean catastrophic. There we go. Right, so I'm actually, there's nothing from that direction at the minute. Gives me a chance to turn around and fight a bit. Check my rear. There's a small group over there which aren't taking any interest. Right, okay, good. Let's go. Well, that's it. Bella's broken in and then left. Thanks, Belle. Ah, the Herbalist Hunter magazine. Don't think I've got those. I'll take the electronics. I think I've got both the anglers. I haven't read them. Lane's Auto. Yeah, we'll have those. There. Metalwork. I've just picked up the Herbalist, so I don't need that again. Herbalist. The Herbalist is quite popular. All of a sudden, that wasn't anywhere to be seen previously. Go with the electronics. Nothing there. Hunter magazine. I think I've got the anglers. Electronics, good cooking, lanes. Let's grab all of the mags. I just saw Hunter 1. Yeah, all of a sudden the Herbalist is quite a popular mag, isn't it? Right, so what I can do again is I can just drop all these on the floor. I'm not particularly bothered. It can cause problems with the server, having so much on the floor at once, which is why I tidied them all up. Okay, we will find it though. We will find it. Because we need it, basically. I would just have to keep searching. Right, let's go get that fire truck. And get home. Oh, there's a few. Look. There's a few more. Let's avoid them, because I actually need this van to work. Those houses are usually pretty good for these, that sort of thing on these ones. So I might come back and try those out later. And those ones down there as well, they're pretty useful. Well, they're at least... No, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I will find the generator magazine so that we have electricity in our base. The problem is I don't think this fan has the guts. I might have to do it the other way round. Come on, there you go. Add it on. Let's see if we can make a getaway with our not so... Oh, yeah, it looks good. We're towing. We're towing. Another thing you can't do in DayZ. It's a slow tow, but it's happening. Trying to dodge some of the dead bodies. Ooh, actually made it into third gear. There we go. That didn't take too long, which is good. Let's try and get round here without bashing into that pink car, which I'd really like to get rid of a little bit more. I just don't have the guts in this van. And here we are. Right, let's get rid of that. And there we are, home again. Now, let's just check on... It was raining earlier. I think you can already see that. Jump over the fence. Let's check for unfriendlies. No, I think we're good. Let's go upstairs. Hop out the window. And you can see these water barrels now have water in them. As I said before, if I'd built them here, where this roof section is, they wouldn't have actually collected water. So they had to be built out here. So there we go. Fantastic. I think that's a jolly good run. I didn't pick up that food that I wanted to. I can always go back for that I put in the fridge to keep it fresh. So that's something I can do at a later date. But that brings the live session to an end for today. Thank you very much if you've been watching and enjoying the content. Don't forget to hit like on the stream, and subscribe if you want to catch my videos that I do post, or the ones that I do live like I've done today. But I hope you have a fantastic week. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for Super and Atik for getting on to the chat. And don't forget to join the Discord, link in the description below. So until next week, thank you very much for watching.